Hello, it's Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener. Today we're going to talk about 10 tips to give you a beautiful front yard. These are 10 different elements. You can use them in combination. You can do just one or two of them, or you can do a lot of them, depending on how big a project you want to go. But 10 ways that you can really kind of perk up your front yard, perk up your curb appeal, make your front yard something that's really welcoming when you come home. First up, and this is one I preach all the time, wide, welcoming entryways. Too many times people have these narrow little entryways to their house. I always stress that you want to have something about 4 to 5 feet. 5 feet looks great. Even if you have to go upstairs because of the unique nature of that house, make it nice and wide, and that really kind of makes the front entry welcoming. You got different ways you can do it with pavers or tile, but again, make it wide and welcoming and bring it straight to the front door. Next, you want to have a clear view of the front door. Here's one of the worst ones I've had in my 20 years as a landscape designer here in San Diego. Couldn't even figure out how to get to that front door. Here it is after we've renovated. Nice wide walkway all the way up the stairs. This one didn't even have stairs that made it to the front walkway. You couldn't even see the front walkway. So we built these elaborate stairs, and now you can clearly see the front door from the street. And again, that makes it welcoming. Here's another one. You can't even see the front door. And now we've taken all those succulents and moved them to different areas. And it's a nice, easy way to see the front door. On that same note, a nice wide driveway. If you're going to redo the driveway, try to make it a little wider than the garage doors, because inevitably you're going to be parking a bunch of cars in that driveway, and this just makes it easier for everybody to get out. So whenever I redo a driveway like this one, notice that the driveway is wider than the garage door. Standard garage door is 16 feet wide. So I always tell folks, try to add about a foot, 2 feet's even better on both sides if you're going to redo it. This one's out of concrete. This actually has a nice top cast finish, so it doesn't have so many slip issues. It's really a wonderful way. Also has a little bit of color. This is a Davis color called Palomino. Just a little soft tan, some nice cross control joints. Really great. You can also do driveways in pavers, as you've seen in my other video of concrete versus pavers for driveways. Again, nice, really beautiful driveways. Next up are some beautiful gates that really, again, if you need to put a gate in because you're enclosing that front yard, then look at some beautiful gates, because that's where spending the money on to create an ambiance that really is nice. Even if it's a low gate like this one, this was a front yard we did. They had a little dog, so they enclosed it. We put a really kind of fun gate to make it welcoming, and a nice, counter height for the top of the fence, so that, again, it makes the front yard look really great. This is a very popular front yard in the neighborhood now. Next on that list are retaining walls. Here was a notable one in Point Loma, just a hill full of ivy. And now with the retaining walls, we've created a spectacular rose garden. This is actually one of the more famous houses in Point Loma. It's the Rose Garden House, just a block from the ocean, and it's just gorgeous. So this was a retaining wall made out of CMU block and then covered with a brick facade, and now it is a great rose garden. But there's lots of different ways you can use these to flatten out areas to create a beautiful planter bed. Lots of great ways to do different retaining walls, as you've seen in my other videos on retaining walls and creating those wonderful stairs. So next up after that, you want to do an inviting patio. If you have the space, why not put an inviting patio in that little front area? Even if it's just for a little bench or a little seating area. This one is a big patio because they're going to fill it with furniture and have all kinds of family events there in the front yard. So if you have a big front yard, like here's another one, big front yard that we created a flat space using those retaining walls. Really fun. Another one, a little small one, but again, big enough for this little table and chairs. And again, they had a little dog, so we did a little fence so they can sit out here chatting with their neighbors. Really beautiful. These are Belgard pavers, just gorgeous. I love these Catalina Grana Belgard pavers. This one is a freestanding wall to, again, create an enclosed patio in the front. Really fun. Another one that gets overlooked, but it's really kind of important, low voltage lighting for safety and accenting all the different elements. Basically 3 different kinds of lighting. You have your path lights, you have up lights, and you have lights that wash the architecture of the house. To make the house look really cool, like you see in that one, where we have uplights that light the tree but also light the house. But the path lights are really, really important because you want to have a nice, safe way. And there are many, many cool styles of path lights out there now. There are links in the comment section that can show you all the different kinds of lights that you can order, as well as links in the Amazon section to show you some really cool low voltage lighting sets that you can get. All right, water fountains, beautiful water fountains. Here's one. Let's just listen to this for just a second. And again, what's kind of cool about the water fountain is it just creates a sound. You're doing all these things to create a visual with your front yard, with your patios and your curb appeal, but a water fountain creates a sound that carries around the street there, and kind of depending on how noisy the water fountain is, it also serves as kind of a focal point for the front yard. Lots of different styles of water fountains. Again, more links in the comment section. An address bar. Now, this is something that people overlook, but it's so important because how are people going to find your house if they don't know the address? So put a little address bar. It can go on a little pilaster like you see there. It can go on the sides, the main pillars where the fence is. But put an address bar. It really helps with the value of your home and helps your friends find it. Lots and lots of different styles. Again, pillars, rocks, all kinds of cool things. By the way, make sure to hit that like button if you're getting value from this video. And finally, some colorful plants. I'm a big fan of these Mediterranean plants, these salvias. They just look fabulous, especially in the springtime. Here's a salvia Mediterranean garden. We have some rosemary, some ceanothus, Mexican bush sage. I love Mexican bush sage. Lots and lots of great color. But you can also, going back to that rose garden house, lots of great roses there. Check out some of my rose videos for tips on how to take care of roses. So there you have it. There are 10 tips on how to have a beautiful front yard. 10 different things you can do to really kind of perk up your front yard. Again, check out the links in the comments section for product ideas and those kind of things. Well, that's all for now. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And don't forget to do the hype button. This is kind of new on YouTube this year, is that hype button. So make sure to smack that hype button. And that also is kind of like sharing it or like a really big mega like. So don't forget to hit that hype button as well as the like button. Anyway, good luck with your project. Leave a comment if you have any questions. And this is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, saying thanks for watching.